Namaste, namaste.
Namaste.
For some of you, namaste means, one of the meanings is the divine within me, honor, value, serve the divine within you. It's like I'm acknowledge the divine within me, acknowledge the divine within you. Namaste. Today we have the energy of the yellow seed. And for those who are live, it's very important to continue with the energy of the Mayan calendar and continue with what we do is to go day by day to different energies, combining only with the energy of the moon. From yesterday, the moon started getting into the first quarter, means the moon started getting full. This is the perfect moment for all of us to keep organizations, organize, confront, mature, assert, materialize, form, empower. Means these a couple 2 days will be very nice for all of us. Create this intention that we talk about every day, but create like a seed. Today we're gonna honor the energy by putting everything together in a small seed. A small seed means all the information you want to put in your plan or in your plan. Today is a very good day to set the intention and to realize that every intention is going into flourish or blossom one day. My grandchild, which is very wise, told me yesterday, Abuela, be careful what you wish. And I said, wow, that is very profound. Why? And she said, because sometimes I set strong intentions where I'm mad and I say something maybe I don't want to attract. And that is very important because everything we wish, everything will come. Means she said, I said, maybe I don't want a house. And she realized, wow, she really want a house. Means today is a very good day to really be very clear about your intentions. Make the intentions be very clear inside your heart and water your intentions day by day, knowing they are a small seed and that seed will flourish as much as you water the plant. Let's take a moment and let's sit in very comfortable. You can close your eyes if they are not closed and continue breathing through your nose and activate your Ujjayi breath. While you're breathing, realize you are the one to create your life and the one to put the seeds in your heart. Because today you realize your own power of creation. Every day you put something, or every day you water something you put, and you are creating the life that you wanna live. We're gonna start the class with a very powerful pranayama.
And set your hands in Rudra Mudra. Bring your index and your ring finger together. Middle finger and pinky fingers extend straight. This activates your solar plexus, your power center, your will center. We'll do Bhastrika breath. Breath of fire. Pumping our abdomen in and out strongly 36 times. After the last breath, squeeze all the air from the lungs. Holding the breath out, we'll engage the 3 energy locks, Mahabandha. Sucking belly up and in, toning and lifting pelvic floor. And then chin lock, taking chin to the chest. 36 breaths of fire, pumping the abdomen strongly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale everything. Hold the breath out. Belly up and in. Tone and lift pelvic floor, chin to the chest. Hold the breath out as long as comfortable. Sankalpa Mudra, the energy seal of intention. Take your left arm across the chest, clasping hands. Connect to your personal intention for the practice today. An energy you would like to build, to target, to apply into your life. Keeping that energy sealed within. Hands together in front of the heart. Let's unite our hearts and invoke blessings. We'll chant Om 3 times and the Purna mantra 1 time. Take a full deep breath in. Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. To the presence of the one divine spirit that dwells within, we bow. Super. Arise. From standing at the front of the mat. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Getting established for the practice. Feet at distance apart. Hands together in front of the heart. Draw legs into the center, engaging inner thighs, and then engage lower abdominals. Draw belly in, scoop tailbone. Lift shoulders up, curl them back, slide jawbone back. Reactivate Ujjayi breath. Breathing from the back of the throat with more focus. Deep breath in. Exhale, release hands, rooting down. Inhale, stretch up. Celebrating the freedom, power of the morning. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Reaching through crown of the head. Exhale, step or jump back into plank. Spread fingers wide. Activate hand lock, Hasta Bandha. Keeping weight on the inside edge of the hands and the wrists. In slow motion, Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower halfway down. You can rest your hips down and then lift up for a high cobra. Curling shoulders back at the peak. And then lower down, push back, downward facing dog. First dog. Stretch it out. Bend one knee at a time, lengthen through calf muscles, deepening Ujjayi breath. Keep back of the throat active, narrowing air passageway. Deepen the inner resonance of the breath, so the breath swirls in the back of the throat on inhale and exhale, while you consciously lengthen the space between the breaths. Bend knees, gaze up, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Pushing thigh bones back and apart, squeezing shoulder blades on the back. And then squeeze inner thighs together. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti, pausing at the chakras, turning gaze back within, reconnecting to your intention for the practice. Deep breath in. Exhale, root down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, rise up for a high cobra or up dog, pausing at the peak. Exhale, flow back. Hold it here. Keep your legs straight and strong, extending to the back of the room. And then bend your arms out to the side and lift your arms up to the front of the room and squeeze your shoulder blades on the back. Hold it there, keeping arms lifting, shoulders lifting, squeezing shoulder blades together, building more strength in the back body. And then keeping the shoulder blades squeezing together, slowly straighten arms, squeeze arms together. Outer rotate arms and shoulders and push from the tops of the shoulders out through index knuckles, full stretch. Bend knees, gaze up, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow, same thing, bend arms to the side, squeeze shoulder blades on the back, holding the engagement on the back body. Squeeze inner thighs together, root down, inhale, rise up, outer rotating arms and shoulders, pinky finger leading the way. Exhale, dive forward, pushing out through index knuckles. Inhale, lengthen, outer rotating arms and shoulders as you curl. Exhale, step or jump back, plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, flow back. Same thing. One more time. Bend arms out to the side. Lift arms up. Shoulders up. Hold it there. Building more strength in the back body.
A little bit more close to my neck.
And then straighten arms. Squeezing arms together. Outer rotate the arms. Roll them up so your biceps are lifting up towards the ceiling. As the elbows are lifting up towards the ceiling. Bend knees. Gaze up. Step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Bending arms to the side. Pushing thigh bones back and apart. Root down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive forward. Keep it going with the breath. Inhale, lengthen and curl. Exhale, step or jump. Take a vinyasa. Right foot up between the hands, side angle pose, Asana. Right foot up, back foot flat. Take the hand to the outside. Use a block if you need it. And belly in, scoop tailbone, deep and twist and reach. Hold it here, a few strong breaths. Bending right knee, keep it leaning out to the right, aligned with the outer edge of the foot. And then let's power up back body. Bend the left elbow up towards the ceiling, don't go anywhere. Keep your right hand down. Just bend the left elbow up, keeping your hand free. Take the outer edge of your shoulder blade back. Take the elbow further back into space. Take your wrist further back into space behind you, and then hook your pinky finger under and slowly straighten the arm, keeping shoulder pulling down the back, arm muscle squeezing in. Nice. If you're deep, push your head into the top of the arm to curl it even further back. And then release, step back, plank pose, take a vinyasa. Second side, Konasana, left foot up, back foot flat. Take hand to the outside, use a block if you need it.
You need that. Heard that.
Mm-hmm. top arm, outer edge of the shoulder curls back, elbow curls back, wrist curls back, and then slowly straighten the arm. Pinky finger under, full stretch, pushing through the back heel. So you reach through the right fingers. And then step back, plank pose, take a vinyasa. When we take time to connect to the back body, we strengthen the origin point of the rotator cuff muscles, stabilizing the action for the shoulders, for the transitions, for vinyasas, arm balances, and inversions, while also creating more opening for the upper back and the heart space, allowing us to access deeper back bends. Bend knees, gaze up, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Squeeze legs together, root down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Pausing, coming back into remembrance of why you do the practice. Surya Namaskar B. Traditional one breath in each position. Deep breath in. Exhale, squat, Utkatasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump, Vinyasa. Right foot up, back foot flat. Virabhadrasana, one deep breath overhead. And then step back in the plank. Take the Vinyasa. Left foot up, back foot flat. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, step back. And flow through. 5 breaths in down dog. Arms and shoulders lifting. Don't sink into the shoulder socket. Hold the engagement in the back body. Taking weight off the shoulders and transfer it into the legs. Pushing thigh bones back. And then bend knees. Gaze up. Step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Squat, Utkatasana, inhale overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti. Pausing. Reconnecting. Surya Namaskar B, Skanda style, dynamic alignment, feet a distance apart if they're not already. Deep breath in, exhale, squat. Inhale overhead, hold it. Strengthen your core, strengthen back body. Keep navel drawing in towards the spine, keep arms and shoulders pulling back. Hook your pinky fingers in towards each other so the arms outer rotate a little bit more, creating even more engagement in the tops of the shoulders, and then go halfway forward. Ardha Utkatasana, halfway. Arms, chest, thighs parallel. Keep arms lifting above your ears. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump. Take the vinyasa. Transition mindfully with your breath. Right leg lifts behind you. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Push back strong. Right foot up. Virabhadra. Your back heel up. Square up hips. Belly in. Scoop tailbone. Take it overhead. 4 more strong breaths. Holding good form. Keep your back leg straight and strong. Squeezing into the center. Right knee bending deep. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Step back to plank. Take a vinyasa. Left leg lifts. Plank pose. Halfway down. Push back strong. Left foot up. Virabhadra. Belly in. Scoop tailbone. Take it overhead. Deep conscious breaths. Holding good form. Keeping right thigh lifting. Squeezing into the midline. Left thigh pulling back as the hips move forward and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Step back to plank. Take a vinyasa. Feel free to work alternate hands, fists, fingertip, ridge top position. Bend knees. Gaze up. Step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Squat deep, Utkatasana. Ardha Utkatasana. Let the breath fierce. Powering up back to the throat. Keep your legs bent, lean forward, hands 6 or 8 inches in front of you. You can hop up, spring up towards a handstand, or just spring up and kick back into plank pose or chaturanga. Go again. Go again. Take it up.
And back.
Thank
you.
Welcome. Right foot up and pause. Both hands to the top of the thigh. Reconnecting to the breath, to your sankalpa, your intention, your resolution for the practice, the energy you would like to build and apply into your life. And then back to the heart, drawing up the strength to manifest, squeezing legs together, clasp hands behind the back, lift shoulders up, curling back, slide jawbone back, keeping left thigh lifting, bend the knee deep, hips forward and down. If you want to go further, you can lift your forward heel, not necessary. And then back foot flat, Virastambhasana, humble warrior pose. We all become more humble when we surrender our personal plans, when we realize it's not about our personal story, but the story of humanity. From here, Sage Kundinha's pose. Take your right arm under. You can place a block underneath your left thigh or hip if you need support. Back heel up, right foot slides to the right, and then lower halfway down and hold it. Keep your left shoulder lifting, aligned with the top of the elbow. So you don't want the shoulder to drop, so keep it lifting. If you were to place a block there, ideally it wouldn't touch the block. And then when you're ready, you can step back into plank.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Hip and shoulder.
Mm-hmm. You can even go lower with your back thigh next time.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Second side. Left foot up. Both hands to the top of the thigh. Pause. And bowing to the heart. Squeeze legs together. Clasp hands behind the back. Opposite index finger forward. Shoulders up. Slide back. Slide jawbone back. Pull arms, shoulders, collarbones down. Your elbows soft, so you're not hyperextending. And Virastamba, humble warrior pose. We all become more humble when we release our striving to achieve perfection in the pose. And we just strive to create more enjoyment in the pose. Ekapada Kundinha. 2.
Slower.
Yeah, so if you had it underneath the hip next time, the next part would be to take the block a little bit lower, so you go deeper into the pose, and then you work on still keeping your right shoulder up. That allows you to curl even more in your upper back, taking your spine down.
Wow.
While holding the engagement in the back body.
Is here with this, you working in the heart space or where?
Yeah, heart space, so the shoulders stay lifting, the spine descends, and the heart stays open. And you feel magnificent and empowered. And then step back, take a vinyasa. You feel like you can manifest all of your heart's intentions.
Let me tell you, this is amazing. Amazing how that feels, because you can work a lot.
Right foot up, side angle pose again, Parsvakonasana. Belly in, scoop tailbone. into the hip, bow to the heart, Atita Trikonasana. Bow forward, straighten right leg. Use a block if you need it, underneath the hand or underneath your ball of your right foot. Re-scoop tailbone and twist, take left arm straight up. Spread fingers wide, enjoy the breath. Releasing muscles of the face, roof of the mouth. Om Chandra, step up for half moon pose. Hold it here, keeping both legs straight and strong. Feet flexed. If you're going further, you can bend the top leg, knee to the chest, reaching for the foot for Untitled Chapter. It's optional. Rolling shoulder back. Keep your leg back, take your head back. Both hands down, standing split. And set hands. You can kick to a handstand or a forearm stand. If you're at home, use a wall. Or just kick back in a plank. Push down through your hands. Up through your mounds to the big toes. Tailbone up. Second side angle pose. Left foot up, back foot flat. And then bow to the heart, straighten left leg, Atita Trikonasana, triangle pose, re-scoop tailbone, twist, take right arm up, lower abdomen firm. Tailbone scooping, releasing roof of the mouth, allowing energy to circulate through the crown of the head. Ardha Chandra, step up for half moon pose. Stay with the breath. Keeping top foot flexed. Thighs squeezing in, lifting towards the hips if you're going further. Sugar cane, bending knee to the chest, reaching for the foot. It's optional, not necessary.
With the block.
Standing split. When I lift it high. Top leg, outer rotating hip. You can reach opposite hand across for outer edge of the shin to pull your chest in tighter. And then set hands, hand lock. Grip or claw the mat strong. Power up your right big toe. And then press hop, kick up. Wide leg stance, right foot up, opening off to the side. Angle toes in, heels out. Bend both knees, arch, push your head up. Tilt your pelvis down, let your spine sink down, and then clasp hands behind your lower back. Squeeze inner thighs together, shoulder blades together, straighten legs, straighten arms. Take the arms overhead as you release your head and neck. Hold it here, keep thigh muscles lifting, kneecaps lifting. And then hands under shoulders, inhale, lengthen spine, your back straight. And then hook both big toes, first two fingers, yogi toe lock. Then elbows up, squeeze shoulder blades on the back, pull forehead to the floor. Thigh muscles lifting, back muscles lifting, building more strength. Inhale, lengthen one more time. This time take it as far as you can. You can wiggle feet as wide as you can towards the edges of the mat, coming onto the forearms, or if you're in deep, come onto your chin and clasp hands underneath. No need to push it. You get all the same benefits, no matter how far you go. And then slowly escape heel toe in for crow pose, Bakasana. Come to squatting at the front of the mat.
I'm going to show it this way.
Go for it.
And then this time we put the hands a little bit wide for the pose.
Squeeze into the outer arms. Squeeze big toes together. Pull pinky toes towards the face to make it even tighter. Optional tripod headstand, or just take a vinyasa, rest in child's pose. You rest in child's pose, come into fingertips so the arm stays lifting, shoulders stay lifting, and you hold the engagement in the back body. Having back body strength and engagement allows us to hold good posture and alignment throughout the day, keeping our heart open, our lungs full, our inner body bright. You can hold it here or take it in the heart opening pose. Take your forearms off the mat. Slide forward onto your chin and your chest with your arms bent at 90-degree angles. Hold it here, relaxing in your upper back. Optional if you want to work two position, not necessary. You can clasp hands around your lower back and lift the arms up. Shoulders away from the floor, pushing your throat down through the floor, sliding chin forward. And then slowly release, lay all the way flat on the belly. One arm auspicious pose. Take right arm out to the right. Rock over onto the hip and the shoulder, stepping left foot back. You can hold it here with your hand on the floor for support, or bend both knees up and shift your hips in and reach back and clasp. You can place a block, a blanket, or a pillow underneath your head. Take stress out of the neck, or you can stay looking up towards the ceiling and deepen the twist with the neck. And then switch sides. Shift hips in if you're in deep. Take the top arm back. Untitled Chapter. Actually pivot forward on this one. And the arms are going to bend at a 90-degree angle. You're going to rock over onto the right hip and shoulder. And then the right leg is going to kick in front of you. The bottom leg kicks forward to stabilize. And you can hold it right here, pushing the floor away with the left hand so the elbow's up. And you keep your right shoulder and chest as low as you can, with the elbow aligned with the bottom of the shoulder. If you want to go further from here, you can bend your top leg and reach for the foot. It's optional. And then you kick back like in sugarcane pose. And you take your head back if you need more sensations. And the heart goes forward and down.
So stay.
Yeah.
If we have any pain, we can bring the shoulders down. No?
You want to keep the shoulder as low to the floor as possible. So there's good pain, there's bad pain. If you can breathe and the pain goes away, if you can relax your exhale, then that's good pain that you can breathe through and then the tension dissipates. If you encounter pain that you can't breathe through, that doesn't release on exhale, that gets worse or it just stays the same, then you get out of there. Now, if you want to go further, you can reach for the foot. Keep your chest as low as you can. Kick your foot back.
Can I have a block here or no?
Yeah, you can have a block here. Now the shoulder lifted, so now it's got to go back down.
There.
And then back onto the belly. Wow. Let's do a great one for the upper back and the hips. Let's work towards bumblebee prep. Bending, you can stay there. Bend both arms out to the side. And then walk your hips up like you're working towards heart opening pose or puppy pose. And then you're going to slide your knees up as high as you can towards your elbow, attempting to bring them on top of one elbow and then the other.
I'm in the camera.
Yeah, good. And then from here, you just slowly sink into it. You let your chest sink down, you let your hips sink down.
Look at how.
If you can just relax where they are. Doesn't matter if the knees are on the elbows or not, you just get them up as high as you can. And then child's pose, escape, get out of there. And then take a vinyasa. Getting into the King Pigeon series, Ekapada Rajakapotasana. Right knee up wide.
We do hear this one from, maybe?
So. And reach for the back foot. Left hand reaches back. Right hand's forward. You can have your right hand forward on a block on the leg for support. And then if you're going further, you can trap it for mermaid pose or use your strap and take it overhead for full king pigeon pose. Ready, you can release. Bend elbows up, shoulder blades engage on the back body. Come back into remembrance of your intentions, of what you want to manifest in your life. Because the secret of all secrets is that you are the genie in the bottle. You can manifest whatever you focus on. Optional vinyasa. Just step back and switch legs. Squaring off hips. The knee wide. Down through both knees. Keep hips lifting. Squared forward and then reach for the back foot. Left hand forward, right hand back. Kick back when you grab the foot. And then pull it in. further. Slide the arm over. Trap it. Left arm overhead. Vinyasa. Strap it if you're going further. Full king pigeon. Or just release and bow forward. Back body. Keep forward knee, ankle and toes pushing down with 5% of their strength. Vinyasa. Kapotasana 2. Pivot to the side on this one. Right foot up in a lunge position, left knee down. And then reach left hand back. The outer edge of the foot. You can take your right foot a little wider for more stability.
Like this?
You have options here. You kick back, pull it in, hold the quad stretch. Pulling your foot in towards your hip. If you're going further, you can trap your forearm over for mermaid pose, or go ahead and strap it and take it overhead. Right hand pulls back on the knee for stability. Left arm overhead, and then right arm can pull back. I'm pulling up on the strap, so the spine stays lifting to the front body, heart stays opening. And then when you're ready, you can release and jump switch or casually switch. And then reach for the back foot. Quad stretch. Take it back, pull it in. Take your time, stay with the breath. Now Skinyasana, if you're going further, the mermaid. Trap it, sliding forearm over. Pushing head into the top arm. Curl more in the upper back, and then strap it if you're going even further. Not necessary. You can stay with the quad stretch or mermaid. Back with the left hand. Vinyasa, step back, flow through. Kapotasana 3. Right leg's in Ardha Vira position. Right knee's up. Slightly wider than the hip. Right ankle's a little wider than the hip, and your left leg slides into the midline. Put your left leg in a little bit more. So we can't see
left what?
Your left leg, so we can't see the left ankle. That's your right ankle. Slide your back ankle in. There you go. Now reach your left hand back for the left foot again for a thigh stretch. Keep your right foot pushing down so you don't sit on your right heel. So keep the hips hovering off your heel and then pull the foot in for another quad stretch, mermaid, or full king pigeon. Go right for it. Work off. Go ahead and strap it, take it overhead.
You give me balance because I'm going.
And then switch legs. Ankle wide. Right leg slides in. Push down to your left foot. Lift and square it off. And reach for the back foot. Pull it in for another quad stretch. Mermaid. Or full king pigeon. Release. Vinyasa. Ardha 1. Come to sitting. Hold your left leg in, crossing right leg over. You can shift your hips to the left an inch or two, so both sitting bones evenly root down. And then taking your right hand behind the back, your left arm up overhead, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist, take your arm across. Push to the outside of the knee, keep heart lifting, energy rising up to the crown of the head, and then deepen twist with the out breath. You can reach down for the heel, for the knee, or go for the bind if it's available. Either way, stay leaning to the right, pivoting off right sitting bone. Inhale and twist. Switch sides. Reach for the heel, for the knee, or bind if it's available. Inhale and twist, Vinyasa. Step, jump, slide. Ardha 2. Jump to sitting. Left leg straight, right foot in half lotus. And then we'll twist to the left first on this one, reaching your right hand across for the outer edge of the foot. Left arm behind the back. Doesn't matter if you can grab the thigh or not. Work on pulling back on the left foot, so the left thigh stays pulling back and towards the hip, and you twist, gazing over left shoulder. This brings your right knee more towards the midline, deepening the action of half lotus. And then inhale, untwist, and you can reach behind the back with your right hand and grab the foot, or strap the foot. Not necessary. And then left arm folds forward, and you reach for the left foot, outer edge, or the big toe. Or you hook it with both hands. If there's stress in the knee, you can place a block or a prop underneath your right knee, or just slide your foot out for Janu Shirshasana.
You press me down.
Sure. Inhale up. Sage Marichi B position. Bow to the right, bend your left knee up, and then bow forward, moving your head towards the center. Hands for support, or wrap the arm around, going for the clasp. If you have the clasp, squeeze in tight, squeezing the leg towards your torso, to the upper body, and release your head down between the legs. Inhale up. If you're okay here, you can start to work towards Ardha Matsyendrasana 3 position. Come back up. The left top foot starts to move towards the foot, that leg that's in lotus, and eventually it'll come all the way across, and then your left hand comes behind the back, your right hand to the knee, and you work on twisting that way. Yep. Yeah, and then your arm will come across, and you hold the knee here, and eventually the arm will come all the way over. Yeah.
This one here.
And then you come like this.
Oh.
That's it, right there. And then inhale and twist, get out of there, take a vinyasa. You can take it from lotus, sliding forward, lifting up, and a brief tolasana or scalasana pose. Second side. Straight, opposite hand across for opposite foot. Left hand across, right hand back. Pulling right thigh back and towards the hip as the left knee moves towards the midline.
This foot have to push strongly down, or is just there?
The toes just wrap over the top of the thigh and push down. So if there's stress in the ankle or the knee, just slide the foot out and have it on the floor. Inhale and twist for Ardha Padma. Paschimottanasana, half bound west side stretch. From here, you can fold forward, keep your right elbow lifting. So you work the engagement in the back body. Just like we were doing in Uttanasana or Adho Mukha Svanasana, Parsvakonasana. Inhale up, Sage Marichasana. Go to the left. Use hands for support. Or wrap and bind.
The wrist.
Up. If you want to go further, you can just watch for inspiration. The foot comes towards the knee or hooks across. Right arm behind the back, and then the left hand holds the knee. You work on pulling the chest in, deepening the twist for half fish 3 pose. And then inhale and twist if it's available. Full lotus, bringing the foot in. You can lift for a scale pose. And take a vinyasa from there, taking the lower knee through the arms first, or just rock forward and slide your legs out, and take a Vini.
Upavishta Konasana. Come to sitting with your legs wide. Turn to this side. Clear sitting bones. Clear your hamstrings. Pull toes back. Squeeze leg muscles in. Arch up. Slowly fold forward. As you move forward like you're moving into a back bend. Keep your arms lifting away from the floor, shoulders lifting. Keep your left leg strong. And circle bow or twist over right leg. And curl up and twist over opposite leg. Now back up. Bow forward one more time. A little wider, a little deeper. Back up. Baddha Konasana, bring feet together. With big toes. Push your arms down, snap your legs up and resist for 6 seconds. Pulling up on the feet, so the feet push down through the mat. And pull yourself forward. Back up. Hands behind you. Bend your knees up. Arch up. Kick your hands back. Stretch out the front of the neck. Navasana. Hold on to your legs. Standing legs straight. Hold on to the knees for stability, or you can take hands to the floor. Feet flexed, pushing out through the heels, keeping your legs strong. Transferring the engagement, the tops of the thighs. And then from here, bend your ankles, knees to the shoulders, lift up, one breath, take it up asana. Hands can be on blocks. And then back down, lift up. Cross, lift. One more time, back up. Halfway. Or just rest all the way on your back. Bringing knees to the chest. Rock around a little side to side. Bridge pose. Satyabandha Sharvangasana. Feet on the floor, underneath the knees. Hips up. Walk shoulder blades in. Palms face up. Go for the clasp. Rest down. Hands over lower abdomen or to the third eye. And repeat or take it all the way up. For Urdhva Dana Asana. Hands overhead. Belly in, scoop tailbone first. And then push down to the feet and lift your hips. Lift your chest, slide onto the top of the head. Hands can move wider apart. Curling chest forward, take it all the way up. You can lift your heels, walk them in. Feet are flat, keep your big toes squeezing in, heels pushing down and apart. If you feel tension in the shoulders, go ahead and lift your heels, bend your elbows out to the side, and then walk your feet in a little. If your elbows bent, take your chest forward. That's it, and keep your arms bent and just push off your feet and keep opening your chest, pushing forward to get the shoulders open. There you go. That's it, there you go. Work it. Yeah, and then rest. Why don't we do that at the wall? Slide one of your mats over.
With blocks?
We'll do one without, one with. So go ahead and just come onto your back and take your hands close as you can towards the wall.
Like this?
Yep. So this will be a marker. So you can take this as far as you can to open up the upper back and shoulders. You're going to take hips up, chest up, top of the head. And this time going all the way up. You lift the heels and then bend arms to the side, same way, and then you walk your feet in and you work on taking your chest all the way into the wall. So you can work on pushing off your feet and rocking with your arms bent and keep rocking until your chest touches the wall. That's it. That's it. Kiss the wall and then heart to the wall. Pulling arms away from the wall, chest forward. That's it. That's it. And then rest down. Very good. Very good.
God.
That's great.
This is what exactly I need.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, let's just show them for some people that may be really flexible. What you can do is you take blocks so that the blocks are 2.5 inches away from the wall. And then you take the hands to the floor in front of the blocks. And then so every time you do it, you can go deeper. You can go deeper. Eventually you go 4 inches away and then maybe 8 inches away, which would be max. Take it back up. And then heels lift. Elbows bend out to the side. You walk it in a few inches and then you pump your chest. Chest to the wall. Arms away from the wall.
And we straight the arms.
No, keep them bent. Keep them bent. The arms only straighten after your chest touches the wall. If your chest touches the wall, then the arms straighten.
Not today.
Not today. Very good. Very good. Excellent. And then you can just come back to this mat for Supta Padma or shoulder stand and Supta Padma stuff. Single leg stretch, Supta Padma Asana. Hang on to the back. Choose your strap. Resist first, clasping behind the leg, kicking away, arching lower back. And then if you have a strap at home, hook your heel from the inside so it wraps outside, and then the opposite hand reaches up for the strap. Reach your left hand up. That way when you grab it with your left hand, it pulls your heel out and rolls your thigh in and aligns your thigh bone on your hamstring. And then from here, holding the arch, keeping legs straight and strong, work on slowly bringing it closer to the chest. You can reach both hands up. And then take it out to the right, holding the strap with your left hand, or outer edge of the foot or big toe. Keeping left thigh pushing down, pushing out through your left big toe. Take it into the twist, up and over. Holding strap or outer edge of the foot. Roll top thigh and hip away from the face. And then back up. Switch legs. Clasp and resist, arching. Shoulders down, heart up. And then take it deeper, hooking heel from the inside out. Reach up higher if you're going further, and then take it out to the side. Keep the leg lifting off the floor, and the tailbone stays scooping up, so your glutes stay engaged like with 10 to 15%. Take it up and across. Outer rotating, top thigh and hip. And then back up. Happy baby pose. Reach up for the feet. One knees down, pushing right knee down. Left knee down. And then release your left foot to the floor. Take hold of your right foot with both hands and work on bringing your right foot towards the forehead. Bring your right arm over. Maybe behind the head for Supta Bhairavasana. If you can trap it behind the head, your right hand can reach for your left foot. And then you work on pushing your left knee away, so you push your head back. And then switch. And then twist to the right, both knees across. To the opposite side. Arms long overhead, stretching out with a deep inhale. To the right, supporting head on the arm bone. And slowly twist up. Take a moment to sit in meditation, checking in on the shifts that's been created.
I want to read something very beautiful about the intention of the day. They said, an intention is a direct impulse of consciousness that contains the seed form of the wish you are meant to create. Only when you release your intention into the fertile depths of your consciousness can they grow and flourish. Remember, we put the seeds in our heart in everyday practice. And the effort we make through the practice, through the breath, through the time we want to be in awareness is when we water the seed, when we rest, when we are grateful, when we are in love with yourself and others, we are water the seeds. Visualize your inner body bright and let that light expand in all directions, extending from your aura like maybe 5 feet away from you. Let the whole room illuminate, let the whole planet illuminate with your own light. This is the time for us to shine, to keep brightness, to keep a vibration high. We're going to say one Om and one mantra to send our practice, our efforts to the whole planet for everybody find happiness, peace, health, and freedom. Inhale. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. From our heart to yours, Namaste.
Namaste.
Yoo-hoo!
Stay planted.
Yes. Keep drinking water a lot and be super happy.